Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sistren. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Luke. Thank you for joining me here on the R3. Big win for the fellas. First and foremost, let me say it was just good to see the fellas back on the tube. It felt like I hadn't watched my boys on a Sunday in forever, and I guess maybe that London effect, watching them early that day but not watching them at 1 o'clock 2 weeks ago, and then having the bye week following that, it just felt like I hadn't seen my boys on the field in quite some time. So it was just good to see the fellas on the field. And every time we wear our throwbacks, we find a way to win, and it's usually in dramatic fashion. I can remember the Chargers game one season. I remember us winning last season in a dramatic fashion at home. This is what we do when we put the throwbacks on. But that being said, big performance by Kirk Cousins in the first half. I thought he was equally as good in the second half, except we didn't get in the end zone. And we talked about that going into the bye and talking about what we needed to clean up coming out of the bye week in order to be effective moving forward. We still struggled in the red zone, had to settle for some field goals, had a chance to put the game away ample times in this ball game. That's the scary part of what happened in this game. We had opportunities to put this game away. We had an opportunity at 14-0. We've seen this story before, seen the movie. Go see Cleveland earlier in the season, up 14-0 early in the ball game, only to blow that lead and have to come back from behind. Seen that movie before. We did it again in this game. Had an opportunity up 23-20. You get a touchdown. Similar situation like against Dallas earlier in the season. Got a situation where you could put the game away, go up 10 late in the ball game with a touchdown. We failed to do so. This time, Kirk doesn't make that critical mistake like he did against Dallas and throw the interception. This time, we get the field goal. But if you get a touchdown there, this game is over and we don't have to sweat it out. Big game from P. Boogie. We've been waiting on P. Boogie to get down. 2 sacks, a big sack at the end of the game. The biggest play of the game might have been the interception. P. Boogie was monstrous. And I talked about this. I said, look, we're looking for a second half similar to the one he had last year. Remember, last year, slow start to the season. End of the season, he picks it up, starts getting sacks in bunches, becomes one of the best players on our defense. We're going to need him. He showed up late in this ball game. 2 crucial plays, the interception, the sack to end the ball game. Big game for P. Boogie. What about Maurice Harris coming in with some big third down grabs in this game? This was life after Deshaun Jackson. I've seen all I needed to see. Deshaun can carry his ass after the season's over. I want Pierre Garçon back. Keep this nucleus intact because this is a big game for me in terms of seeing what this offense is going to look like life after Deshaun Jackson. We'll be just fine without him. And remember, we still got Josh Doctson. The doc is not in yet. Coming off the bench, we got enough to be what we are offensively, and that's dynamic. We still got to find ways to get in the end zone. But nonetheless, I saw all I needed to see. Love Deshaun Jackson. Want him to be a part of this team. But I'm telling you right now, we can do without him if need be. This game proved that to me against a very good Minnesota Vikings defense. What about Fat Rob, man? Fat Rob ran the rock like you supposed to. That's why this man's going to start the rest of the season. Matt Jones. Who? Matt Jones. Healthy scratch. You know why? Because they have confidence in Robert Kelly. Fat Rob ran the rock, and I'm telling you right now, we got something in this young fella. I was wrong about him because I didn't think he was a difference maker at the running back position. I thought he was just ordinary people like John Legend, and he said, nah, not the case, bro. Au contraire, this man almost had 100 yards against, again, a very good Vikings defense. Offensively, I thought the game plan was really well executed. A good plan put together by Sean McVay and his group. Defensively, we gave it up in the first half. The offense didn't help by going 3 and out and giving away the football like CT did late in the first half. But nonetheless, second half, again, this has been our MO. Gave up a ton of points in the first half, 20 to be exact. They didn't give up a single point in the second half. Redskins defense in the second half of the game, once again, standing up to the challenge and helping us get a W. We needed it. This is a team that we could be looking at the end of the season and saying, hey, you trying to get in over us? No, sir. Needed that W. We got it. Now we're 5-3-1. Hopefully, again, I say this all the time, and it seems like I'm always wrong, but we can hope for a Cowboys loss versus Steelers to see if we can try to get back into this divisional race. Eagles won, so this is not an easy division. We already know what we up against. We can't afford to drop them at the crib. I talked about that during the bye week. We got it done. Feel good. Celebrate. We're 5-3-1. And we're right back in the thick of things, especially if the Cowboys drop this one to the Steelers. But again, I'm not worried about anybody else. take care of our business that we did today. It was not pretty. Again, we had opportunities to put this game away, but we got it done, and that's all that matters. Redskins come off the bye and find a way to get it done. Now we got a big one next weekend, Sunday Night Football. Packers are struggling. They gave up 35 in the first half to Tennessee, but remember, they were struggling last year when they came into FedEx and did us in the playoffs, so we're not taking anybody for granted, but we got another opportunity to win, and this time we need to do it on a big stage. We haven't did a good job on primetime television at home getting it done, but that's another conversation for another day. Enjoy the victory. We got a lot to discuss come Tuesday night. Remember, new time, new start for the Redskins. Report live 8 o'clock Tuesday, not Wednesday, Tuesday night. I will see you then. We will talk all about this W, celebrate, and move on to a huge matchup on Sunday Night Football. Big lights, big stage, Green Bay Packers at the crib. We'll talk about that then. If it happens here, you know what time it is. We're going to take care of business. Remember, I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. Redskins spirit will never, ever fold. Until we meet again, hail to our beloved Washington Redskins. Getting it done with the throwback unis on. Redskins go to 5-3-1 with the big 26-20 win over the Minnesota Vikings. I'm your man, Louie T. I will see you on Tuesday.